Welcome to The Explainer. So, if you've been following AI news lately, you've probably noticed that Microsoft is, well, they're slapping the word Copilot onto literally almost everything they make. Today, we're going to cut right through all that branding noise. We're going to demystify exactly what Microsoft Copilot Chat actually is, what it offers, and precisely what it can do for you. Whether you're a student, an administrator, or a developer, we are looking at the facts, straight from the deployment documentation, to understand this powerhouse of a tool.
Okay, here's our roadmap for today. First, we'll demystify the Copilot lineup. Second, we'll hit the 3 core Copilot features. Third, building your own agents. Fourth, practical everyday use cases. And finally, developer and security essentials. Section 1. Demystifying the Copilot lineup.
Right now, there are at least a dozen products sharing the Copilot brand name. You've got GitHub Copilot, Copilot in Windows, Copilot Plus PCs, and of course, Copilot Chat. Because they all share a brand name, but definitely not the same code base, it can honestly feel like a total guessing game to know what you actually have access to when someone just says, hey, just use Copilot.
The real difference here, it all comes down to licensing. Copilot Chat, which was formerly known as Bing Chat Enterprise, sits right in the middle of the pack. A standard Microsoft 365 license, like the one you might get from a university or a standard corporate job, grants you access to it at m365copilot.com. But, and this is a big but, it does not give you premium work mode access. That means it can't reach into your organizational SharePoint or your private email history. For that level of deep integration, your organization would need the premium Copilot for Microsoft 365 Enterprise license. So figuring out your tier is absolutely step 1.
Moving on to Section 2, 3 core Copilot features.
First up, document analysis. You know those days of manually copying and pasting giant walls of text into a prompt? They are completely over. You can just use the little paperclip icon right in the chat interface to upload your files directly. We're talking PDFs, Word docs, Excel spreadsheets, the whole shebang. Copilot reads the file, letting you instantly summarize massively lengthy reports, extract key data points from a spreadsheet, or even rewrite super complex paragraphs into plain, everyday English. It totally nails that classic workflow of, hey, I have this file, just tell me exactly what's inside it.
Second, we have image generation. Just by typing out a descriptive text prompt, Copilot will whip up a completely unique visual for you. And you can easily refine the output just by tweaking your description. This is literally a game changer for generating striking visuals for lecture slides or administrative marketing materials, all without needing to open up any heavy, complicated graphic design software. Now, this third core feature is really interesting. It's called Pages. Think of Pages as a dedicated, single-topic workspace built directly inside the Copilot interface. So instead of juggling a full-blown document editor on another screen, Pages is specifically designed for short-form tasks. It keeps you hyper-focused on one objective at a time. Maybe you're drafting a professional email, writing a quick bio, or summarizing a dense academic article. You just do it right there, save the content, and you can revisit it later exactly where you left off.
Section 3. Building your own agents.
Now, the absolutely crucial point here is that you do not need a paid Copilot Studio license to build a custom agent. Microsoft Copilot Chat actually includes a built-in agent builder. Seriously, in just 4 quick steps, you can create a customized digital assistant. You just click Create Agent, give it a name and tell it what its task is, set its personality tone, and, if you want, link a public website as its knowledge base. Once you hit Save, boom, it sits right there in your sidebar, ready to go.
Once they're built, these agents are on call 24/7. They stay hyper-focused on the specific tasks you assign to them. And one of the best features? You can stop those annoying AI hallucinations dead in their tracks by grounding the agent in reality. You do this by pointing it to publicly available websites, up to 2 layers deep, to use as exact knowledge sources. You dictate the behavior, you set the tone, and you can even share your custom agent with colleagues or classmates just by sending them a simple web link.
All right, Section 4. Practical everyday use cases.
These tools are unbelievably adaptable across completely different roles. To put this into perspective, imagine a student. They might build an exam prep coach agent whose sole job in life is to generate multiple choice questions on cell biology and then explain the correct answers. But on the flip side, an administrative staff member could use an event planner agent to automatically generate step-by-step checklists and draft perfectly tailored invitation emails for an upcoming campus workshop. Same tool, totally different massive productivity boosts.
Similarly, researchers and faculty members have massive potential to unlock here.
A professor could prompt Copilot to generate a 90-minute lecture outline on a specific historical era, or maybe draft personalized constructive feedback for a student's thesis. A researcher? Well, they can use it to instantly summarize 3 incredibly dense academic journal articles, or even ask the AI to interpret complex statistical ANOVA test results and then suggest the absolute best chart to visualize that data.
Furthermore, Microsoft has made sure this tool is deeply accessible. It comes packed with robust screen reader support for apps like Narrator and JAWS, full keyboard navigation, and natural language input. It's also an absolutely fantastic tool for neurodiverse users and English as a second language learners. Why? Because it can actively rewrite messages for proper tone and translate text across multiple languages, which significantly reduces cognitive load.
Section 5. Developer and Security Essentials.
Okay, listen up, because this is perhaps the single most important takeaway in this entire explainer. Before you ever type a single word or upload a single document into Copilot Chat, you absolutely must look for the shield icon in the top right corner of the interface. This visual indicator is your green light. It signals that commercial data protection terms are actively applying to your session.
As highlighted by institutional IT guidelines, like the ones published by George Mason University, the absence of this shield means you are operating under entirely different, far less secure terms. If you do not see that shield, do not, under any circumstances, share sensitive, private, or restricted information. Institutions are continuously assessing the security of these AI tools, so practicing strict data hygiene is paramount.
Now, for the developers tuning in, it is vital to remember that the web interface at m365copilot.com is strictly a consumer and prosumer product. If you are looking to build custom integrations or you need programmatic access to these AI models, you simply cannot use the standard chat UI. To build those custom integrations, you've got to utilize back-end services like the Azure OpenAI Service or the Microsoft Graph API. Taking a quick minute to figure out which access point actually fits your architecture is going to save you a massive amount of headaches later on.
Also, AI news moves fast, right? So it's definitely worth noting an October 2025 Reuters report, which indicated that Microsoft introduced new collaboration capabilities and Google integration into Copilot. But keep in mind, specific technical documentation on these kinds of additions can be pretty scarce when they first drop. Because of that, developers must always verify the current state of these features in the official Microsoft docs before relying on them for any kind of production build.
Ultimately, you always need to confirm exactly which product and which licensing tier you are evaluating. Remember, the name Copilot is just a shared brand. It covers entirely different sets of infrastructure, ranging all the way from a standard web chat interface right down to deep enterprise-level network integration.
To wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with a thought to chew on. As these incredibly intelligent tools and custom agents become absolutely indispensable to how we work and study, are we truly prepared to protect our information just as efficiently as we generate it? Thank you so much for learning with me today, and keep exploring.